See if it works. Is that yours or mine?
What?
That switch.
Mine.
Are you sure? Oh.
I turned it on.
What up? Welcome to my new background. Yeah, I guess just a little life update. I don't live in my house anymore, and I moved into a basement. Because I'm just gonna try to restart life somewhere else. And I'll make a whole video about it. That's why I haven't posted videos in a while. It's been hanging out. It's been weird. I don't really have a huge topic to talk about other than yeah, that's pretty much it. We can just hang out for a minute. Hope you guys are doing good. This should be good. Creepy. It's actually really nice down here. Nice and quiet. Got the Airbnb. Renting out my house. Time to get away from the family, you know? Nobody has my address. They don't know. That's what everyone says, right? Like, time to move away. Time to move away. Time to restart life. So that's what we're doing. Basement that had sunlight. There are like wells on the side of the house that are dug down. But there's a wall. Whose basement is the Airbnb. We'll call it the W's. I'm staying at the W's. They know I do YouTube and stuff. They're pretty chill. Renting out my house. Yep, I'm renting out my house and moving away. Far away. Far away. No one can find me. Are you already away? No. Basement man confirmed, right? Like it's true, right? Like when you say you do YouTube, everyone thinks that you live in a basement. So now it's true. Now I'm a YouTuber that lives in a basement. Kitchen situation, it's shared. Yeah, I'm renting out my house. You off the grid? Nah. Not yet. You're getting a new place? Yeah, I'm gonna get a new place. It's not ready yet. Not ready yet. Try and do that real estate meme, you know? That's what everyone says to do, right? Rent out your house and house hack. So that's what I'm trying to do. You see HR worker? Yeah, she's just chilling. She's supposed to she was gonna co-host, but she keeps falling asleep. Looks like a movie set. Oh, the lighting's pretty good. That what you see, that's just a reflection of light. Maybe I'll make I was thinking about making a whole video called I'm just restarting. I'm starting over. Or I'm starting a family, but then everyone would be like, Josh, you're such a simp. I don't know yet. What happened to all your stuff? It's in a storage unit. It's in a storage unit, and I have my basic stuff. I have my cameras. And some stuff, but yeah. Can we make jokes about living in your mom's basement? Yup. This does not look like your place. Definitely not. Did you move into HR's basement? Nah, she lived at an apartment. Don't start the family without money. What are you doing, bro? I'm in a basement. You guys get married? No. This is a temporary situation while I figure out the housing situation, but what I needed to do is get away from where I have been for the last 3 years in the city. My dog's still here? Yeah, they're sleeping. They're chilling. They're right there. You guys get it, right? Everyone's like, you need to get away. Time to restart. Make your own family. So that's, I took it to heart. That's what we're doing. Any reason you use a Gmail? Joel, I have both, actually. Does she stay with you? HR? Yeah. What a game per frame. Thanks for being here. That's a nice basement. It is pretty nice. I've got booze. I don't drink, man. It makes me sick. Are you gonna remortgage that house? I refinanced it. Well, it's in the process of being refinanced. It's gonna take like a month or so, and then I'm gonna rent it out. Basements are cold in the winter, dude. I mean, that's true, but I have an AMD processor in my computer, so all I do is just open the door to my my tower, and it's good. Free heating. Did you get woke and go broke? Just saving some money. Oh yeah, dude. I don't have a pop filter. I'm sorry. Let me move this back a little bit. Your parents' basement? I don't have parents, bro. My parents live in Georgia. They moved back. Actually, I don't really know. I'm just assuming, but what I do know is that now my family doesn't know where I live, and that's good. That's good. Aloha from Maui. What up, dude? Please sing O'Reilly Auto Parts song. Dude, fuck O'Reilly. They're the most garbage company to interview for. Because I didn't, like, those were the people that were like, you need to share your screen and be on the phone, and if I hear anything, you know. I live in a 400-month apartment, including, yeah, I mean, this is fine, right? It's fine. It's fine. What up, Kelly? AMDs don't heat up nowadays. This is a 1950X. This is basically a personal heater. Hey, thanks, No Chill. You don't have to do that. Helps seeing you grow when you're older. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's been like a week or so since I haven't posted a video, and then for you guys that are like, oh, it's not a very long time, but for me, it is. It very much is. When I'm doing other things, moving, packing, it's a long time. Are you still in Utah? Yeah, I still live in Utah. I'm just trying to lower the cost of living for a bit, rent out my house, just restart life, you know, as an adult. Feels real weird restarting life as an adult. Try to make your own family, right? That's what everyone says to do, but I was thinking about this. A lot of people would be like, if I were to say that HR and I live in the same place, live together, all the MGTOW people are gonna be like, Josh, you're such a simp. Didn't you fucking learn anything from your last relationships? And then all the other people are gonna be like, good for you. So it's really interesting situation. Are you living paying rent for someone else's basement? Not really. It's not. It's a. Maybe I'll give details in the video. How many properties do you own? Just my house. Probably wait till after the election to buy some more properties. Can you elaborate what you mean restart your family? Go watch the videos about my life in the past like 2 years, or actually I'd say the past 5 years. Me trying to support my family, and you know, like the fastest way to change a perspective of something is to move. And I've been living in Salt Lake City since I moved to Utah, and I didn't want to live in Salt Lake City. Those were just the only places that gave me jobs, so I lived right there. But I didn't want to live in that part of Utah. I want to go outside and be able to do things. If you need money, you can start an OnlyFans with HR. Are you gonna marry HR? HR is not getting married. She doesn't want to get married. I don't want to get married. It's fine. The background is better than your room. I agree, dude. There's so many cool little trinkets and toys in here. You can literally live anywhere in the world you want. I mean, true, but I have dogs, and taking dogs places, especially with what's going on, is very difficult to do. And I'm not just gonna give up my dogs. Did you do a cash out refinance? I did both. I'm gonna do a cash out refinance to pay off my car that has like 15,000 on it, and then lower my rate, hopefully. What up, Joshua Butler? Hi from Europe. What up, man? Sipping like there's no tomorrow. Yep, for sure. It's like basically having a girlfriend on the internet is, you're a simp. Or what they would say is never cohabitate with a woman unless you get married. Well, I'm not fucking getting married, so now what? Why move into a basement? Move far away from Salt Lake City. Well, not far away. I moved like a little over an hour. But just into the desert, you know? Did you really move into a basement, or are you trolling? Yeah? Yeah, this is a basement, bro. This is a basement. This is not my room.
What?
There's nothing over there. Why haven't you paid off your toys with YouTube money? That's not how YouTube money works. Also, my car's not a toy. It was a negative equity refinance or negative equity rollover from my Jeep that I sold so that I could get a car if I ever needed to Uber or whatever, just to get by and not be homeless. Because it had 4 doors. Why not above ground? Man, I can go up there, but this is gonna be the office for a bit. Why the basement? It's just the office. Why stay in Utah? I like Utah. Utah's a great place. It's either Oregon, Utah, Montana, one of those places. But
I don't even know what Montana is.
yeah, but like it's
You
supposed to be
have
cool.
no
Montana's
idea.
well, Oregon's pretty dope. I've been there, but
Oregon is on fire.
maybe one day.
Alan doesn't agree with you.
Is it because of money problems?
No.
I try to be pretty responsible financially. I don't splurge on things. I don't know if you give us a tour of the dungeon. Nah, there's some stuff from the people that live here. I don't want to dox them or anything. How much you make from renting your home? Basically nothing. But they're paying down my mortgage, so good enough for me. Then I can refinance later and take some cash out or whatever, get passive income. The goal is not to make a bunch of profit from renting out my first house ever. Do you have a kid? No, I don't have any kids. I got dogs. Cost of living in Oregon's pretty high. Yeah, I wouldn't live in any of the cities. When the Reddit haters say something like, I bet he lives in his parents' basement, Josh can say he lives in someone else's basement. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Which would be cheaper, renting or paying a mortgage? Usually paying a mortgage is cheaper than renting an apartment. Who's the nice lady? It's the girlfriend. Who are you voting for? Meteor 2020. Just end it. That's the tagline. Don't come to California. No plans, man. Montana would be awesome. That's true. What's the thing that you're most proud about right now? That I took the leap to finally get away from Salt Lake City, which is where I've been and where I've dealt with all the things that I talked about in my videos. It's kind of been refreshing. I could just go outside and chill. Feels guilty to be like, life is good. And that's how you know something's been really wrong. To be like, life is good. Like, I was thinking to myself, like, I don't have any drama to make videos about for like the first time in a very long time. And I was like, huh, now what do I do for a living? You know, but like as a joke.
Now we have a dark sky.
Yeah.
We have stars.
Any functioning adult 2020. True.
Fresh air.
Josh, sometimes you make fun of how people from Georgia speak. Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I definitely like this is where I grew up from. People that talk like this, but I definitely don't talk like that. Where'd you end up moving to? Into a basement like an hour and a half away from where I was living. Where the fur babies? They're pretty anxious the first few days, but they're just sleeping on the floor next to me. Plus, your dad has no idea. Yeah, none of my family knows where I'm at now. I don't know. Would that be considered running away from your problems? I don't think so. I think that would just be what a lot of people end up doing. You know, they just got to get away, and that's where I'm at. That's where I'd be at. Like after I'd film videos at my house, I'd be like, I just need to get away from here. You know, I go to the gym or drive out of the mountains and I'd be like, I don't want to go back home. I don't want to live in that area anymore. It just brings back shitty memories. You know what I'm talking about? Provo? Nah, it's like Eagle Mountain.
For real?
Eagle Mountain's a big place.
No, it's not.
There's nothing out here. Is HR coming with? Yeah, she works remote. HR and I've been, we've been hanging out for a long time. She hasn't gone home for a long time, you could say.
What?
Is your family hurting you? No, but you just want to start over, you know? You just want to start over. You just want to do it fresh. Your basement looks better than the room before? Yeah, dude, it's not my stuff. It's the person who owns the house. It's his stuff. Basement dweller confirmed. True. YouTuber in basement confirmed. Since they no longer know where you are, have you completely cut them off? Yeah. No one in my family has tried to talk to me. I haven't tried to talk to them, really. So... sometimes, here's the thing I was thinking about earlier today. Sometimes I wish I could share, like, achievements with them. Like, pilot stuff or just life achievements, you know? Like, I'd like to share with my family, like, oh, look, I figured out how to refinance my house by myself. I figured out how to rent out my house. Like, you know, just, like, basic adult shit that my parents never taught me how to do, but you figured it out and you want to share it with somebody because you're like, look, I'm doing life as an adult and making good decisions. You know, maybe I can help you with what I've learned, but I don't have really anyone to share that stuff with in terms of family. You guys know what I'm talking about. Like, just life things that you'd tell your mom or dad. How are you in a basement with a window? It's a well. It's called a basement well.
All the basements
Look,
here have big windows.
you won't be able to see, but like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just it's just dirt and a wall. Rent a family? What? Do they watch your videos? I don't know. I mean, I think they do.
All of them.
Maybe. I learned a lot of stuff I'd love to share with my parents, but they don't care. Yeah, I know, right? Like, you ever just like done some life by yourself as an adult, and then you want to tell your parents about it because you want them to be proud of you? But does that mean like you're seeking your parents' approval still? Because that's what I think about. I'm like, oh, why do I want to share this? Am I looking for their approval? You know, or do I want to be like, look, I'm not fucking my life up. I don't know. It's weird, man. What up, Brandon? My dogs are here. Is that a green screen? No, it's all real. Ever heard of a basement well that's not filled with water? It's about right here, so the water just absorbs. I don't know how to show you. I could probably show you. Here. No, if you think I'm actually not in a basement. It's not gonna work. It's too bright.
Too many zebras.
Well, whatever.
So that's why.
I tried.
It's reflecting.
You're still pinning for a family? I mean, everybody wants to have like nice people to hang out with, but as many of you would agree, probably the family is the one. The family is the one that you make, not the one that's by blood. Hey, thanks, Kaylards. Is living in a basement at 32 degrading?
No. And also,
No?
you're not 32.
What's okay? So here's what's really weird: living with another family again. The people that own the house living with another family it's like the second time I've done this, right? Like the first time was in Finland when I was married. I lived with the ex-wife's family.
That's not the same. That's not even.
And it's not the same, right? But it's the second time living with a different family in that family's house. The first time I was like totally, you know, I couldn't work. I tried to work. Nobody would hire you. You don't know Finnish. They have to hire EU people first. Didn't have any money. Couldn't go anywhere. Didn't have a car. Didn't have a driver's license. You know, this time it's different. Like this time I'm pretty independent, so I can just come and go as I please. But it's interesting. Most people like would move back because they need to save money or whatever. But I just wanted to get away and lower my cost of living. What up, Dimitri? Thanks, dude. Nice basement, sir. Hey, thanks, dude. Blink twice if HR lady is holding you hostage. Okay.
He's kind of holding me hostage right now.
Did you move houses?
He's in the basement where he keeps me.
What are the best no get rich quick books you've read? No Unscripted. No The Millionaire Fastlane. No Rich Dad Poor Dad. That's a good. Well, those are the only ones I really know. That gives you all that you really need. Is Gary Vee fake? No, Gary Vee he's real, dude. He's got a real company and a bunch of people that worship him. Who's a girl? It's a girlfriend, bro. She been here for a while. One time I lived in my mom's basement. I'm playing WoW every day. Yeah, dude. I used to do that in my parents' house in Georgia. What about that chair, pal? You like it, dude? It's a crafting chair I got from the spare room. It's got little.
From the craft room.
It's from the craft room. They let me use it. I put all my stuff in storage. It's kind of would this be considered midlife crisis? I don't know. Is 30 midlife? I don't think I'm in a crisis though. I think I had that like a few months ago. Million next door is good. Millionaire next door, yeah. CS or business major? Yeah, CS. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video about Japan and Japanese companies. If you find some info for me, maybe I could.
Right.
Jangwoo, hey, thanks, dude. Should I buy a house or rent an apartment? Definitely buy a house and do first-time home buyer where you don't have to put any money down and then live in it for a year and then rent it out. Do you still game? Yeah. Sometimes. What kind of parent would you be for your kids? I'd be very hands-off.
You're a great dog dad.
I'd be very like, you can do what you want, but I'm here. Definitely go learn things on your own. Here's some things that you probably shouldn't do, but, you know. I'd be the dad that I wish that I had, obviously. I have an age crisis every year. Okay, good. Good to know that I'm not alone. How do I quit my 9 to 5? You need a way to replace that income. What mic is that? It's a Samsung G-Track Pro. I got it at Best Buy. Is it a good mic? But are you happy in that basement? Yeah, it's nice here. I can go outside. The mountains are just right there. It's the first time I ever took my motorcycle outside of the city when I brought it here. That was weird. Never rode my motorcycle like through the country before. I rode on the highway to go fast, but never on country roads. That was weird. Please say whose basement you're in. We'll call them the W's. Maybe I'll ask if they want to be featured one day on the stream if they're interested. I don't know if the stream would be interested, but like, you know, I don't want to dox anybody or anything. I told them what I do. I was like, yo, I do YouTube. I got this chick. She can come too, right? And they're like, yeah. Pretty much. What's the update? I moved out of Salt Lake City and into an Airbnb basement with some people to try and save money and restart life. That's the TLDR if you're just joining. Thanks for being here. Should you be passionate about CS to do a CS major? Not necessarily. I wasn't passionate about mechanical engineering and I did that. What you do at school is not what you do at work. That's the, you know. All right. You still doing keto? I stopped last week. So now getting the good pump in. move to save money or something else, just to restart, you know, just to get away from the city. Ever since I moved to Utah 6 years ago, I lived in the city because all of my jobs were in the city. And as soon as I realized I didn't want to be an engineer, I had to figure out a way to get to be a programmer. And then I kept getting let go from programmer jobs. Then I got my last programmer job, and then I did YouTube. And now I'm like, why do I still live here? Why do I still live in the city? You know? And then I was too scared. I was too scared to move. Like, I was too scared to rent out my house and leave. I didn't have the finances to do it. Business wasn't 2 years old. You're just trying to survive for 2 years when you first open your business until a bank will let you refinance and give you a loan. So that's what I did. Five days ago? I don't know. Like a week ago was my 2-year self-employed anniversary, so... You code for yourself? No, I just shitpost about companies on the internet for a living. I want a hello from the HR lady. HR lady.
Give it to me.
Hold on. There you go. What business do you have? This would be considered a digital media business, basically. What I do. Spider, thanks for joining, man. What are your plans moving forward? I still want to... I don't know. I'm kind of at a crossroads, honestly, with content. Like, I could make the content that I like to make, but it really depends. Lately, I've noticed that YouTube has been promoting how I wasted my 20s videos, so maybe I could make more videos about what I've accomplished since that video and what I haven't. In that video, I said I wanted to be a millionaire, and I definitely didn't do that. In that video, I said I wanted to buy my parents a house. Now I don't have parents. What's the road ahead? I mean, I'll still keep posting content, but I want to make something value added. How did you find your business model? It's just something that I thought about that no one ever would say out loud. So I decided to say it out loud, and I noticed it vibed with a lot of people, so I kept doing that. Does it matter if I don't study in an expensive college? No. No. If someone thinks that your college is good because you paid a lot of money, that person's probably not best. They're probably not very good with finances. Is the furniture hurricane friendly? What? The new flight simulator pilot's license. Yes. It's definitely cheaper. I got my flight stuff though. I haven't bought it yet. Is it worth it? Do you set aside time each day for your work as a YouTuber? Do you feel like you're always working? Every day feels like a Monday and a Friday. That's what self-employed is being like. It's Monday morning because you got like, oh, I gotta work. But it's also Friday because you don't have to if you don't want to. And you could take some days off. But you know every minute that you're not working, you're not making money. For the most part. Still got to get the pilot's license, bro. Yeah, I definitely want to do it. I have all the hours done. I have to go take the written exam, and I have to go take the check ride. But moving across the state has taken a little bit priority over that. How big is the business? It's just me. It'll probably just always be me. I just want to help other individuals or small businesses make their business. I'm not interested in hiring people or managing people. I'd probably be a decent boss, but I just don't want to be a boss. I want people to be their own bosses. Can you fly a plane? Sure can. How do you get out of the tutorial? You gotta build stuff. Is YouTube your only income? It's how I drive a majority of the income, but I have like products like that, or resumes, or I do consulting sometimes. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty scary. What happens if YouTube dies, Josh? YouTube's not gonna die. What happens if they change the algorithm and you lose all your views? Oh, that could happen. I think about this stuff. HR living with you or remote? Oh, she's right there.
Remote? I work remote.
Yeah, she works remote.
What do you mean am I remote?
All I got. You didn't have to do that, man. Thanks, though. Check for hidden cameras in the room, Josh. I think there is one. Not very hidden. No, I think it's in the other room.
It's not in here.
They're just security cameras. Joe Rogan did the same. Yeah. Are you gonna be a pilot? Bush plane vlogs coming. Bush planes are so expensive, dude. They're like 300 grand. A Kit Fox is like 100 grand, and if you business expense an airplane, you get audited. That's what my accountants keep telling me, and I'm like, all right, well, what if I 50% expense it and 50% pay out of pocket? And they just didn't respond. But where do you do your flight school? It's called, oh, what's that? U42. That's the thing. I like that your business is something that no one else is saying. Yeah, I think that's where the niche comes in. I think a lot of people are thinking what I'm thinking or what I'm saying, but they can't say it because they're at work, right? And if you're the guy at work that thinks what your work is doing is crazy, but you tell your coworkers or your boss, they're gonna look at you like you're the crazy person, right? That's how the corporate world seems to work. Everyone there that's buying into it, they're the brainwashed cult people, and you're the logical one, and they look at you like you're the crazy one. That's how I always felt all my jobs. I'd be like, don't you think this is a little weird? And they're like, Josh, what's wrong about it? Can't you just be happy and positive? It's great that we still have our jobs. And I'm like, yeah, but like, can you consider this? Josh, why aren't you just happy that you have a job? You know, thanks for coming. I'm ranting now. Josh, I don't think I want to take on the burden of a mortgage. Thoughts on RV living? The burden of a mortgage can be like leveraged to a tenant. So I have like potential tenants, but I have a property management company, and they'll take 8%, which I think is pretty decent. You ever get into trading? Nah, that's not my game. CS or mechanical engineering? I'd probably go with CS if I had to get one. Are there small airfields around you? Yeah, there's a couple private airports around me, and then one that's like, I don't know, 20 minutes away. Everyone at my job agrees our job sucks. Yeah, but they won't say it out loud. They'll just say it in their circle, right? No one will go to management and say it. That's where I come in. What's your view on chasing wealth versus happiness? You want a balance, right? Nobody wants to be poor and broke, because then, you know, ideally you'd like to have a bunch of free time and a bunch of money. So you have to find a balance of like, what do you really need to be happy? For me, I just need like autonomy, freedom, and if I can work out and do YouTube, I'm good. Are you worried about bad tenants? If I have bad tenants, my property management company will let me know and we'll kick them out. You were an engineer? Yeah, I have a mechanical engineering degree. It's actually behind me. I put it in the last video, so it's behind me. That's my degree. Oh, the people on Reddit like to say I never show my degree. This is it. It has like a Finnish social security number on it. So that's why I hold my finger over it, because I don't know what people can do with it, because I'm not from Finland. But I'll show you. I don't know if you can see it. That's it. That's all you get. That's all you get in Finland. You rent out your house? Yeah. I did the first time homebuyer thing. I got a house in Salt Lake City with a pretty decent backyard. That's why everybody likes it. All the people that want to rent it are like, I got dogs. Your yard is big. I'm like, cool. And for in the city, it's pretty good. It's right next to everything, right? Like Costco's there, Walmart, Home Depot, Best Buy, whatever you want. It's right there. Fast food. So it's a pretty decent spot. Was getting a degree worth it? That's a degree from Finland, and I live in the United States, so a majority of the time I applied to American companies, they thought I needed a visa, so they ignored me. I had to start putting on my cover letter that I'm a U.S. citizen. I do not require sponsorship. Gain season? Yeah, for sure. They didn't even laminate it for you. Correct. Seems like HR will be featured in all the live streams now. So this is like the office. She's working. She's got her own little laptop. Like, you can't see it, but... Arthur, hey, what's up, man? How do you find your passion? You you throw, okay, I'm pretty sure you know what your passion is, and the question might be like, how do you find how to make money with a passion? I think we all know what our passions are, but, well, maybe that's not true, but you know what you'd like to be doing, but you don't know how to afford it, or you don't know how to make money doing it. Why'd you study in Finland? I got married. How much is your house worth? Well, I had an appraiser guy come, but according to Zillow, it's worth $295,000, and I bought it for $232,000. Decent equity. I got a degree from the US, and I feel like it's worth it. I mean, I don't know. In Finland, it's 4 years of actual engineering classes. In the US, it's 2 years of bullshit and 2 years of engineering. Like, I tried to transfer, like, history classes or something to Finland, and they were like, why did you take history? I had to take a fitness walking class, and people would literally walk and smoke cigarettes in the class because it was required to get the degree in the United States for one of your general education. What? In Finland and in Europe, it's just straight 4 years of whatever your degree is. You don't take nonsense. You don't take English Literature 201 or some BS. How much did the appraiser cost? The people that refinanced or that are refinancing my house are paying for it. The good thing about Scandinavia, free college. I mean, it's not free. Somebody's paying for it. People that work pay for it. But the thing about Scandinavia is that it's free college and you get paid to go. You get money, not loans, not like in the US, right? They give you money, like just usable money. Here's 400 euros a month. I mean, that's not enough to be rich or anything. But what people do is they go and they get a garbage degree, like an easy degree. Like they'll study art history or something. I don't know. It was like cultures and arts, bachelors of cultures and arts in Finland, just so that they can get the 400 euros a month, and then they go party and they never go to class. Like people take advantage of the system. It's pretty stupid. Basements are cool. I live in a basement too. Yeah, dude, basement dwellers unite. Do you think the future is learning online courses, upskilling yourself instead of university? Maybe for certain things, but like if you come at me and you're like, yo, I'm self-taught, bro. I built this bridge. Drive your car over it. I'm going to be like, miss me with that. Where's the degree, fam? But if you're like, yo, I built this application. I'm self-taught. Log in. I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool. You know? Oh, I built this rocket that's going to like take you to outer space. And I learned on Udemy, dude. Trust me. It's legit. Yeah, miss me with that. I'm a heart surgeon, dude. I learned from Udacity's nano degree. I'm good, dude. I played Surgeon Simulator in VR. Trust me. You'll be fine. Like, miss me with that. For certain areas, college has its place. But I'd say a majority of, like, if it's not in medicine or engineering, why you need a degree? How can I get healthy? What? I don't know. Are you unhealthy? Experience is better than degrees. I think it depends. Yo, Suomi, what up? Finland. That means Finland in Finnish. Shout out. How would you start freelancing as a 3D artist? I'd probably find like indie game devs maybe on like, this is just me thinking on the spot. I'd maybe go to Kickstarter or Indiegogo and I'd look for indie games and I would ask them if they need any freelancing, like if they need any assistance with their modeling. The issue with that you have is your market is pretty specific. I don't know what software you use, you know. Is Unreal better or Unity better for indie dev? It depends. It depends. Well, right now, Epic is literally suing everybody, so who knows what'll happen. Apple is canceling basically all of Epic's account on the iOS store because Epic is suing Apple for antitrust laws. So probably if you want to make iOS games, Unreal Engine's probably not the way to go. What's your plan for real estate investing? So for me to get another property, I need to be able to put 15% to 25% down if I don't live in it for a year. So I don't know, what 15% of $300,000 is like a lot of money. It's like 45K. I don't know. Here's 45K cash. Let me have your house. Okay, and then you rent it out, fix it up a little bit, refinance it, and then you take the equity and put it down in another house. I don't know. I haven't done it. I watch a lot of Meet Kevin. I haven't bought his course or anything. I messaged him in Discord once, or I tagged him and said, hey, can I take your course and document it? I'd like to start a real estate investing journey. I'm not rich. And he ghosted me. He's probably just busy. What's your bench, deadlift, squat? My right knee's all messed up, so squat, who knows? Bench, 275 for 3. I didn't do 1 rep. At deadlift, probably like close to 4. This vid needs a description. The title's trolling. No, it's true, dude. I moved into a basement. Restart life. You don't have to get a 300K property. Yeah, but if you would like to have a local property around Salt Lake City in Utah, yeah, it's going to be about 300K. You got that YouTube money, though. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You need to have credit. You need to have finances. You need to have assets. You need to have debt to income ratios. All that stuff.
Good debt to income ratio.
Fortnite was banned from Android. Oh snap! Yeah, dude. Epic's going ham. Epic's like suing all the major, like to sue Google and Apple at the same time. Epic, what are you doing, bro? That basement looks cozy. It is pretty cozy. It's nice and cool down here. Insert generic joke about it's free real estate. You need a neck beard? That's true. I do look pretty homeless. 300K, not bad, honestly. I know, if you could find a 300K house in Salt Lake City that's not like built in 1932, I'd say you're doing real well. So your LLC owns everything? No, you have these things called mixed expenses. So if you share between your business and personal, like my phone, that's a mixed expense. It's like 80% is expensed and 20% is personal. You can do the same for like internet or like this will be my new office space that I write off, probably. What's the reason of the lawsuit for Epic? They're charging Epic a bunch of money to put their apps on the App Store. And they're the only places that you can post your app, basically. I mean, you have the Windows Store, but that's kind of a good meme. You can make a video about the Apple Epic drama? Nah. The helium flight? No, I haven't seen it. David Blaine is nuts. Did he like hold his breath or something? I don't know. You gotta wonder how he's doing that. Is there an oxygen tube somewhere? Or is it just like legit? Average houses in Toronto are 800K, 300K, what a dream. I mean, if you pay 800K for a house in Toronto, that's not worth it either. You imagine having a $4,000 a month mortgage? You can't even find jobs that'll pay that. You'd be house broke. You don't want to be house broke. Oh, they're charging 30% tax? Oh, oof. You gave up on sports? What? I was never like a team sports person. Epic is suing Google? Yeah, Epic is suing Google and Apple. My dad has bad credit but is responsible now. He wanted my sister and I to co-sign on a house in Vegas. Do you think that should be avoided? Yeah. Fuck that. No, don't do that. He could have great credit now and bad credit later. Just like he could have bad credit then. No, don't do it. Don't mix money and family. Please take that as a lesson from me. Don't do it. Don't do it. They'll just, if it doesn't work out, well, they're your family. So what are you going to do? Resent them. That's what you're going to do. What up, Cameron? Thoughts on van life? It seems pretty dope. I'd probably get like an RV or something. Van life, maybe. I think van life, there's some videos on YouTube about the reality of van life living, and if you go watch those, it really puts it into perspective. Like, you know, that's where you wash your dishes and do your laundry, and you have stinky laundry and gross dishes after you got your food, and like you can't stand up straight, you know, sometimes you can't go outside because it's raining all day. Like a bunch of things that you don't really think about, because all people show on Instagram are the highlights of van life. And I'm sure you do get some cool moments, but what's the ratio on that? Why are you in a basement? I moved out of the city to restart life, and now my family doesn't know where I'm at. Nobody knows. All the credit cards are registered under the LLC? No, I don't have credit cards, man. Well, I have a couple, but I don't really use them. But I don't have any, like, I have one business credit card. I have like $500 on it. That's my limit, but I never use it. Wouldn't living in a basement make everything worse? No, dude, it's good. It's good. I mean, and this is where my office is. This is where the office is. I have a room and all that. I can go outside. So you're like Batman? Yeah. Nah, I'm just renting out my house, Daniel. Yeah, HR lady has an RV. It's pretty cool. I have yet to take it anywhere.
We're about to though.
Has HR lady found a job in the new city? She works remote, so it doesn't matter where she goes. How do you build credit? Make payments on time. That's the number one thing, is making your payments on time. Obviously, like the length of time of your credit, and then your credit use ratio to the maximum that you have. That's like if you have $20,000 that you're allowed to put on a credit card, and you put $15,000 on it, that's not good. That's going to take your credit score down. You want to have like maybe $2,000, $3,000. Like you want to keep it under 30% of whatever your maximum is. What is upstairs? A kitchen, some rooms where the people that own the house live. Are you gonna move from the basement anytime soon? Yeah, I got a new place. It'll be maybe ready in like 4 or 5 months. No?
November, December.
Yeah, maybe December. What's my credit score? It's in the 700s now. It took forever. Did you put both the names on the house? Nah, dude. Do you think teens who are interested in software engineering should learn to code as early as possible? No, I think teens who are interested in software engineering should go outside and live life, and go be a kid, and go be a teenager, and enjoy not having to worry about adult shit. I mean, I see a lot of 15-year-olds and 16-year-olds and 14, whatever, in the chat, and they're like, any advice for someone who wants to be a software engineer at 14? I love to code all day. Like, that's cool, but like, go outside and be a kid, you know? Go do stuff that you won't be able to do ever again in your life when you're an adult. Grind Reel sounds like Grinder. Yeah, it's great. It's great marketing because you'll never forget it. Basements don't have sunlight, aren't they underground? They have basement well windows. That's what they're called. Here, look. I'll take a picture on my phone and I'll show you what's out the window. Since my camera doesn't have dynamic range, like enough dynamic range.
Take it with me. Did you get it? Did you get the sky?
Yeah, here's what's outside the window. Literally just a well, just a wall well. I don't know if you can see it. Nothing out there. Living with HR? Yo, she hasn't gone home in a long time. Just marry her and get a house together. You can do that without being married, really. No reason to. No reason to get the government involved in your love life. Why the basement? To restart life and get away from my family. Midlife crisis, you know what I'm saying? Now we know where you are. True. I'd hide that camera behind the window. Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Is HR the girlfriend? Yeah, we've been dating for a while. I'm 16 classes, 12 hours a day, 6 hours a day coding. What else should I do? What? Why would you take 16 classes for 12 hours a day? That's not practical. That's not pragmatic. That's not good for your mental health. Your brain can only absorb so much information. And anyone that's ever tried to learn how to code or even went to a code boot camp or just went to college and took a bunch of classes, you understand that after a certain point, your brain is done absorbing information. And no matter what you try to do, you can't learn anymore. Do the dogs like it? They were anxious at first. After enough years, the government calls you married by default. That's if you live in a common law marriage state. Utah is not a common law marriage state, so I'm good. Also,
what about my stuff, my money?
Yeah. Also, here's the misconception about common law. Everyone's like, if you live together for more than X years, the government will say that you're married. Now, no, they don't do that. No, you have to portray yourself as married. You have to say that you're married. You have to wear rings. You have to file all your stuff together. You have to do all the things and present yourself as a married couple to be considered for being married. It's not just, oh, you live together, you're married. Maybe in other states, but not here. You have to say, oh, this is my wife, when she's not. Then you have to apply for it and say, we would like to be common law married since we've been doing this for X amount of time. It's not just, well, you've been living. We don't want you. We want HR lady. True. It doesn't look like a basement. It's always sunny in the basement. Okay, look. I'll turn the ISO down because it's so bright outside, but you guys can see what's out my basement window. Nothing. Hold. I have to turn everything all the way up. Maximum darkness. Nothing. There's nothing out there. See? The car in the driveway. There's the basement, bro. There's nothing. Josh confirmed liar. There. Ever considered leaving the U.S. permanently? I don't know, bro. I got a lot of Second Amendments that other countries don't really like, so I don't know. Isn't that a great view? Look at that view.
Oh, when did you last ride the motorcycle, Josh? Tell them about that.
Why you live in the basement? Why you still in the U.S.? I just, you know why.
How is that?
Can we get basement emotes?
Hour and a
Sure.
half ride.
This is what rock bottom looks like. True. Looks more like a man cave. It could be.
Well, it was.
Become an influencer. Who makes more money, you or HR lady?
Does it matter?
I mean, you know, if I admit to her being my sugar mama, will the chat be mad? Probably. They'd probably just call me a simp. Is it a simp if you have a sugar mama or if you are sugar daddy? What motorcycle? I have a Triumph 1050. Do you really need a second mem if you're not in the US? I mean, I don't need one, but I want one. Nobody needs an AR with a silencer and 1,000 rounds of 5.56. Nobody needs that. Do I want it? Hell yeah, I want it. You know what I'm saying? Then she is a simp. That makes me the king. Get the paper. Okay. What's better? What's better, CS or engineering? That's too vague. What engineering? How's life right now? It's all right. It's pretty chill, to be honest. Why'd you move to the basement? Just to get out. Just to get far away. What city did you move to? Or are you still in Denver?
No.
I don't live in Denver. I never live in Denver. Not scared renters are gonna trash your place. I have a deposit that I'm going to get, and I have a property management company. So if they start doing stupid stuff, bye. Would you guys like to know how I figured out how to do property management and how all this stuff works and how I refinanced as self-employed? Because as a self-employed person, your goal is to business expense as much as you can so you don't pay a bunch of taxes on your personal income, right? If you make $100,000 and you expense $50,000 of it, you only have $50,000 left. That's your take-home income. That's what you pay taxes on, right? And that's what you do when you own a business. But when you go to get a loan for a house, the bank says, "What did you make?" And you're like, "Well, I made $100,000." And they're like, "No, what did you make?" Which means after you expensed. So you're not going to make as much as, you're not going to be able to say what you made because they don't count the money that you expensed, only what you take home after you expense. And this has been the issue for being self-employed. All right, here's a pro tip. The pro tip is that if you want to get a house in the United States and you have a salary job and you've had one for like 6 months, you can get a house usually, I mean, with no money down. Like, a lot of people think they have to put 3% down or 10% down or 30% down. You can get a house with zero money out of pocket. That's what I did. I didn't do anything special. I asked my real estate agent. I said, "Hey, I want to there's this thing called a first-time home buyers incentive, which is where the government tries to get people into houses so you don't have to have a down payment saved up." And that's what I did, because I didn't have a down payment saved up. I just wanted to get a property so that one day I could rent it, like today. And that's what you can do. You can look at a house and say, "Can I get a first-time home buyers incentive?" And they'll be like, "What do you mean?" And be like, "Well, I don't want to put any money down. Can you finance my money into it?" Tell us your rich people's secrets. I don't think they're rich people secrets. My mortgage is 1109. I put 3.5% down. That's pretty dope. You ever think about being a cam girl? You can go subscribe to my OnlyFans if you want. 0% down, you will pay PMI, insurance for the lender? Sure, but you get a house and you live in it for a year, then you rent it out and you refinance equity to get 20% equity in your house, and then boom, now you don't pay PMI anymore. You only pay PMI until 20% equity, pretty much. So you can do that. First-time homebuyers incentive isn't active during COVID. That's not true because I'm doing it right now. Wow. She's doing it.
What?
The first-time homebuyer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still, you can still do it because she's doing it. What's the interest rate on the house loan? When I first got the house, because my credit was garbage, because my family ruined my credit, because they took out loans and maxed out my credit cards and didn't pay it back. And anyways, it was 5.4%. Why are you in a basement if you have an OnlyFans? I mean, that's where you do your OnlyFans, and in the dark basement. Isn't the housing market crashing? Not in Utah.
I'm not back there anymore. You just pointed at nothing.
How do you feel about a duplex triplex as a first-time home? You're gonna pay more money. Like a duplex here in Utah is like, it's like $500,000. If you make $65,000 a year, you're not gonna be able to get a $500,000 duplex and then rent the other half out unless you put money down. Where should I go for low crime and affordable property? The outskirts of Utah is pretty good. Montana is also really good. Midwest, basically. Do you reckon AI engineering is a safe financial job? There's no safe financial job. You're only as safe as you are needed to the company. Are you really in a basement? Full-size windows. If you back up the stream just slightly, you can see that I showed what's out the window, and there's nothing out the window. I can show you again. I took a picture on my phone. That's what's out the window. Nothing. Here, I'll focus it. There's nothing. Just darkness. It's a basement well. Stop lying. You ain't in a basement? Okay. All right. Texas, Nevada are great. Low taxes.
Never going to Texas. And
I mean, I suppose there's no state income tax in Texas. You save money there, but they make it up in other places. AI startup, a good way to start for teenagers. Like start working now and maybe launch in a few years. I mean, I guess. Even if a job is not completely safe, some are safer than others. I don't know. You should just look at what your industry, or like whatever your job is supporting, look at the industry that your job supports and then decide how volatile that industry is. Like if you work at a software company and you're a programmer for a company that makes software for lumber mills and the lumber industry is very volatile, well, your job's probably going to be tied to the volatility of lumber. Think about that when you get your job. Like what does your software support? What industry is it in? How volatile is that industry? That's going to reflect the safety of your job. Does it get frustrating answering the same questions? Nah. Josh, behind you, there's a woman. What are you talking about? Where? Is there? Where?
I don't know.
I don't see. Government jobs are pretty secure. Yeah, I mean, they're pretty slow. That's what makes them secure. Government jobs are very slow moving, very slow to adapt, very slow to approve things, and that's what kind of keeps you there. I'd really like to enjoy my teen years, but I don't have any friends or girl. You don't need a girl to enjoy your teen years. You can make friends, and you could always go get a girl, but I don't know what you like doing. When are you going homesteading? I'm going to probably take HR's RV.
Yeah. No, that's not what homesteading. I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's not homesteading, but that's like as close as I want to get.
What? No, I'll tell you.
When I watch random YouTube vids that get spammed with dropshipping entrepreneurs selling courses, thoughts on dropshipping? I mean, you all know what dropshipping is. It's selling things that people buy on Alibaba.com from China for more than they bought it for on Alibaba.com. Speedoga. Dude, what up, dude? Go bald. What? I'm not. I'm good, dude. I take finasteride. You go bald, Randy. If you had to ditch YouTube and CS, what industry would you move into? Marketing. I know how to market pretty well. I know how to video edit. I know how to film. Maybe I'd be a videographer, probably. Do marketing for small businesses. How old is Josh? I turned 14. School's back. It just started like on Monday, and they keep telling me that I'm like really big for my age, and like I'm the only 14-year-old that can grow this much facial hair. But things are good. Thanks for asking. My mom says I don't have much more time to stream today. Why I moved into a basement. I moved into a basement to restart my life and get away from my family because I lived in Salt Lake City for 5 years. It's kind of a midlife crisis thing, but also...
What?
It's not a midlife crisis thing, but that, that's what chat's going to say. Chat's going to be like, you're 30, Josh, it's midlife crisis 2.0.
No, you needed a change.
You just... Anybody ever just need a change?
Out here where both of us...
Yeah, I'm sure people have grown up wherever or stayed in one spot wherever and they didn't have a good experience and they just need to, like, a fresh start in a new place. That's what this is.
Midlife crisis.
Are you ever going to go blast, maybe get bigger? Bruh, we don't talk about that on this channel, okay? I prefer to cruise. How come so many people are asking about David Blaine flying project? I don't know, dude. I'll Google it. Let's look it up. Let's see. David Blaine will fly across the Hudson River with balloons. Okay. I mean, it's possible. You just need a shitload of balloons. You plan on having kids? Nah. Come down south. Utah County is nice. Andrew, that's where I'm at, bro.
Quit telling people.
She thinks people are gonna come find us, but nobody's gonna. Dude, there's so many fitness influencers here, dude. Apparently Utah is the capital of like Pinterest moms and mommy vloggers. Everyone in Utah is a stay-at-home mom, right? Most of the girls in Utah are stay-at-home moms. And they're like mommy vloggers, and they like all the kitchen recipes, like the site where you go to Google your recipe for what you want to cook for dinner. That was probably written by some stay-at-home mom that lives in Utah. And all the fitness influencers here. Like I went to the gym today, and they were like, everyone was just videoing themselves, and like that's normal, right? But like, this is on another level. I've never seen so many just Instagram influencers and obvious mommy vloggers. Like everyone has teal doors, right? Like just go look at Pinterest designs. That's literally what every house looks like. It's so weird. What do you think of the Thinkful Flex 6 months for 7K? What do you learn in those 6 months? Should I pay more over something I'd like more? Difference is 16K a year versus 25K a year? What do you mean? I take more pay over something I like more. I don't know. You're going to spend 40 hours a week most likely doing something for less money. Or it's up to you. I would take less money for more time. It's all about freedom for me. No one cares about your location. That's rude, Jonathan. Utah sounds like soccer mom haven. It is. Yeah, Utah is definitely soccer mom haven. It's also the MLM capital of the world. I don't know if you guys know that. What's your real estate move? Are you in the same house? I'm renting out my house right now. There's a few things I need to modify, like replace some floorboards. I already did everything else myself. I filmed it. I filmed like renovating, and I'm not a very mechanically inclined person, despite having a mechanical engineering degree. But Josh, this my mom would say. My mom would be like, "But Josh, you have a mechanical engineering degree. You can like fix my car now." Imagine living in Utah. It's actually pretty dope.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's beautiful.
MLM, multi-level marketing. Yeah, we have like this thing, like Young Living essential oils, where you make money by recruiting people, not by selling things. Well, you do make money by selling things, but no money. That's not where the real money comes from. You get referrals from the people that you recruit, and that's how you make the money. A multi-level marketing is just a legal pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is recruiting people and making money and passing down the money by recruiting people without a product. And multi-level marketing has fixes that loophole by saying, "Oh, we have a product that we're actually selling, and the product's just really crappy, like Amway or essential oils like doTERRA. Like they're all garbage products. You could get better products." The new content's kind of boring now. Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. I mean, if it's so boring, yeah, I mean, I don't imagine you'd join the live stream. Oh, wait. Probably a lot of door-to-door sellers. True. I used to work for an agency in Salt Lake City. Dude, a recruiter tried to get me to work at a multi-level marketer to make the multi-level marketing firm's website and like make their e-commerce. And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, I don't want to work for this multi-level marketing makeup firm and develop their e-com." Like, they're like, "Are you passionate about makeup and eyeshadow?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I don't want to make your makeup e-commerce site as bad as I need a job." Also, it's multi-level marketing, which is trash. It's real weird. You're gonna get law. No. You're allowed to say a company is garbage. That's not like slander and libel is when you say things that are like a fact. Like if I were to be like, "This CEO does drugs," right? Like that's a pretty bold statement. That's claiming something that's may or may not be true, but probably isn't true. But me saying this company is garbage, you're allowed to say that. It's an opinionated statement. Are you passionate about scamming people? Yeah. You should work for a sales company. Discover your inner goth. Why do you have so many bots for streaming? I just have two, Nightbot and Streamlabs. They both do their thing. Freedom of speech. Yeah, I mean, slander and stuff is very slander and libel is very hard to pull in court unless you're like going around making these huge statements about people. Like when the CEO from that company said I was slandering him because I made fun of his forehead size, I body shamed him, and I said, because he was going bald, right? And I said, "You need to grow up and be mature." And I said, by grow up, I don't mean that hairline. And he said that I body shamed him and that was slandering him. And I'm like, "Yeah, that's not how this works, buddy." Actually, in India, it's illegal to hurt someone's feelings, and you can sue someone in India if they hurt your feelings. That was neat. Your girlfriend in Sweden, you ever hear from her again? Shh, HR's in the room, dude. Don't talk about my other girls right now.
Yeah, right.
What do you think of closed source versus open source? Closed source is about profit. Open source is nice and fun, but good luck making money. Yeah, Jose. Yeah, for sure. That's not true. It is true. Yeah, it is. Yeah, if you can sue people for if they hurt your feelings, take them to court. It's you can't insult them or whatever, their honor, or I don't know, some weird law. Imagine getting sued for hurting someone's feelings. Can you make more videos like the one where you hired the CEO? Gladly. Actually, the video where I was texting the CEO to hire him, or like he reported that video for a violation of privacy, even though there wasn't a single thing in there that identified him. He just knew that it was him because someone reported the video to their company. And the guidelines on Google say that you are allowed to talk about companies and individuals that run companies, especially if it's posted on a company website that they posted. And he tried to report my video for breaking privacy or whatever. And I was like, okay. There's no such law. There's not a law preventing it. Get a good lawyer. I mean, live in another country. They'll just block the video in India, I guess. Future of technology in healthcare. I don't know. It sounds really boring. Oh, another resume roast? Maybe next week. Later, dude. Thanks for being here. Why not pick a better place in the basement? It's a good place, dude. It's a good place. Can save up some money. It's all good. Like, why do you feel the need to like showcase money if you do YouTube? You know, I don't know. Maybe that's what's like expected of you. If you do YouTube for a living, people are like, oh, he's got that YouTube money, and they just expect you to blow all your money on stupid materialistic things, and then you have no money. And then you get canceled, and then you're screwed. Like, I don't know. That's never been me. That's not who I am. I have no desire to be like, look at all these materialistic cool things that I bought. I don't know. I rather just invest it or save it or something. Are you financially independent? No, I'm not retired or anything. Whose basement are you in? We'll call them the W's for now. Maybe one day they'll come on the stream. They're pretty cool people. Why did you abduct HR lady and stick her in your basement? Shh. Stop. Josh, I was wondering if I could get some career advice. You see, oh, never mind. You live in a basement. True. Credibility gone. What are your parents up to now that you don't talk to them? Do you see the irony in the statement? Tell us your salary. I pay myself like 40K, 50K. Why don't you take Super Chat? I don't know. Did you sell it? No, I'm renting it out. I don't want to sell it. I want to grow the asset and the net worth. The dogs are chilling. They're asleep right now. Just down there. They let me bring them. Can you do a bike vlog around Utah? That'd be pretty dope. Often do you work out? 5 days a week? Do you have any close friends? Yeah, I did. And then they got in a relationship and cheated on me.
I wouldn't call that a relationship.
Well, yeah, I would say like one of the friends I had was this last girlfriend, and then the other friend that I had fucked the last girlfriend. So like those were my close friends.
No,
So now I don't have.
Other close friends that you game with.
That's. I mean, I have a couple, right? But like,
Yeah.
those are the two people I talk to most. But then they're not here in Utah. I can't go hang out with them.
Yeah.
What are you business expensing that's so expensive? Camera gear, a lot of stuff. So you're renting out that house and making the good money? No, I have a high interest rate on my house. So I'm refinancing and I'll probably break even and owe nothing on the house. I won't make any passive income really. Maybe if I make passive income, it'll be like $200 maybe a month from that house. Maybe after paying the property management people, after paying off the mortgage. Maybe $200 a month. You can't retire on that. So you don't have friends. Oof. Is HR lady not a close friend?
I'm the girlfriend.
She's the girlfriend.
Yeah. Duh. Obviously.
One tip for new dog owners. If you pet their chest, that gives them confidence. If they lick their lips, if a dog like licks their lips when you get close to them or when you reach towards them or something, that means they're nervous. Are you Finnish? Nah, I married a Finnish girl. The laws allow a citizen to seek punishment of anyone who shows a citizen disrespect. Friends are hard to come by nowadays. It gets more difficult to make friends as you get older. I don't know. Press 1 in the chat if you can relate. It's harder. It's harder. Everyone's at work, right? Everyone's at work. Everyone comes home to their families. The older you get, the more isolated people become. And they have less and less free time. Especially if you're not married and you don't have kids and you're above the age of 25. Everyone else is. You can't. It's difficult.
Hey, how was your nap?
I'm running out of testosterone. That's not how it works. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. You know, like I don't know if you guys ever. I can't be the only one that does this, but like I go on Facebook sometimes and I look at all the people that I went to high school with and I see them now they're married or on their second marriage and they have like 4 kids, you know. And I don't feel like I'm old enough to I don't feel like they're old enough to be there yet. They're 30 as well, but I don't feel like it's weird. Where's the pup? She's right here. Sue, come here. Sue. Or not.
Oh,
You don't got, what are you doing? Oh, whatever. They're over here. They're over here on the floor. They're chilling. That's a dog that's a dog that lives with the W's. There's another dog. There's like 6 dogs at this house right now. Are you religious? No, I'm pretty outspoken about that. But you do you, man. Just don't tell other people that they're bad. Okay? Okay. Is there still money in software development? For sure. Work a year of an unpaid internship or take a golden shower once a week. Man, look, here's a good would you rather question that stumps a lot of people, and it's actually not very appropriate. So let's make this night mode version of chat with Josh. Here's the question for chat. Would you rather have to watch your parents get it on every night for the rest of your life, or jump in one time and make it stop? People would get really stumped on that, you know? What would chat do? Press 1 if you do the first option, or 2 to make it stop. I've got a lot of good would you rather questions, but that's a thought-provoking one that no one wants to think about. That's gross. Hey, look, obviously, right? Hmm. 2. Option 3. Option 0. I don't know, man. There's no, you get this 1 or 2. 2 might as well get it over with. Let your parents have some fun, you selfish. What am I doing with my life? I don't know, dude. I love those would you rather questions. That's my kind of humor. The stuff that would like get you demonetized. How do you cope with being alone when times are difficult? I have dogs and I listen to a lot of books on Audible. And I work out. That was about it. Sometimes the best option is to not choose. True. 1.5? Well, what does 1.5 mean? If you choose 1, that means you like what you're seeing. If you choose 2, you might enjoy it. All right. Thank you for being here, chat. If you enjoyed chatting with me today, maybe leave a thumbs up or double smash thumbs down if you hate me. That's okay too. Who's living upstairs? The W's. They're pretty cool people. Listen to David Goggins. Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. Do you still do a lot of dev stuff? No. I only do dev if I need to do dev. Same as you guys. But I think a lot of people want to do dev because they see the salaries of the jobs. And it's really cool. Like, it's cool when you don't have money and then you go and you start making money. But then people get like involved into lifestyle creep and they start buying things that they have to have their job for, and then they feel suffocated. So yeah, I don't really do a lot of code anymore. It's okay if you, it's a good skill to have, a good tool in the toolbox, but I don't have any web app ideas or anything. What do you think about cybersecurity? Is it good for the future? Yeah, I think it's actually pretty good. I code because I find it fun. I think it's fun if you have something to build. I think doing like competitive programming and just solving algorithms, to me, that's not fun because there's really no tangible product or application to use. You just have really good code. And for some people that's fun. For me, it's not. Would you rather be an influencer or the founder of a major company? Why not both? If you can avoid lifestyle creep, you should be good to go. Yeah. A lot of people get their first paychecks and they blow it. Like, that's what I did. I got my first paycheck and I bought a monitor for my computer because then I was like, oh, I could play games at 144 hertz. It'll be great. It was so dumb. You'll see this a lot with senior people at jobs. They'll have really nice cars, but if they ever lost that job, their car would get repoed, and who knows whatever else. You get the golden handcuffs. You have all of these materialistic things that your job allowed you to buy, but you have no time to use them, and you have payments on them, so you can't lose your job. Golden handcuffs. I find leak code to be fun, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, some people do. It's like people that like to do Sudoku and stuff for fun. It's personal preference. A monitor? Yeah, dude, it was a 27-inch, 1440p, 144 hertz Asus monitor. It was stupid, dude. It was stupid, right? Everyone's like, what, really? Like, how to become the CEO of Google? LinkedIn. Just change it. The things you own end up owning you. That's true. Buying things for the sake of it is stupid. I mean, people do it though. People buy things they don't need because, I don't know. what I saw a lot at my engineering job was a lot of the senior engineers would buy really, really, really expensive cars because they had no time to spend their money, or like to use other things, and they realized that. So they'd spend all their money on a really nice car, and they'd work 13 hours a day, and then that's what their 1 hour commute home was the time when they got to enjoy their money. What about Alex Becker? Wasn't he like a drop shipper, made a bunch of money, and now he just chills, and he's pretty real. I think he reformed, like Tyler won. Josh is currently doing reverse lifestyle inflation. I don't know. I'm not a super materialistic person. I've never been that way. Like I shop at Walmart. I'll buy great value brand, Like there's no shame in that. Just because you have money doesn't mean you have to buy the expensive stuff. I feel like a lot of people think the opposite of that. Don't fall into that. So you can buy Nike brand shoes, or you can buy some other shoes that are like half the price and last 95% as long, or maybe even longer. Like, what? Keeping up with the Joneses to me never made sense. I'd want to have free time and okay money. Yeah, that's what I would want. One hour commute, waste of time, yeah. How do you feel about FIRE? The thing about FIRE that gets me is that FIRE is, if you don't know what FIRE is, it's financial independence, retire early. That's what it stands for. FIRE is aimed at people who worked salaried jobs, and FIRE means live as cheap as possible for as long as possible until you can live on basically your 401k. Well, not your 401k, but basically dividends from mutual funds. I wish FIRE was more aimed at, like, this is how to make more money to make FIRE happen faster. I think the main flaw with FIRE is that they just say, instead of telling you to figure out a way to make more money, they just say, here's a way to spend less money. I agree, Josh. Being frugal is great. I don't know, dude. Have you ever been shamed for buying or for not buying things, and people know you could afford something and then you don't buy it, and people are like, why don't you buy it? You have the money. Like, that's weird. That's weird when people think that you should buy expensive stuff because you can. Like, what's wrong with buying things you want if you can afford it? But that's the problem. Most people buy things they want and they can't afford it. But I would prefer to save money and have some security in the bank, because you never know what's going to happen, than have name brand shoes. Maybe that's just me, but I think that's pretty practical. You have to do both. Yeah, you have to spend less money and make more money. True. There's someone behind him? Yeah. Teach us the ways of frugality. I mean, obviously step one is share a Netflix account. Thanks, Greg. What if you want it? I mean, obviously the things that, if you value it, then, buy it. But if something's really important to you and you can afford it, and it's not going to affect your life in a major way, yeah, buy it, right? But for me, it's like, is the name brand really better? Hey, thanks, dude. You don't have to do that, Doc. I've got 2 weeks of studying, be ready to start Lambda. Working on the pre-course, what else would you recommend to be ready for the school? Is it full-time, Doc? If it's the full-time, I'd probably watch a quick tutorial on how to build a CRUD application. Even if you don't understand it, just understand how the moving parts come together. You don't have to understand how to make the moving parts from scratch yet, but just understand that web development, if that's what you're taking, is CRUD development. So just make a CRUD app from scratch. Like, Google that, find a tutorial that talks about the different moving parts. It's fine if you don't understand the syntax. Just understand that you have a database, you have the front end, the back end, you need the middleware, all that stuff. I get shit for shopping at Goodwill, even though I dress nice as my friends. There's nothing wrong with that. Why would I spend $80 at a clothing store? I don't know, man. Some people. If you want to pay extra for a higher quality product, but that's the thing, right? Quality and name brand aren't necessarily one and the same. And I think a lot of people don't get that. Like, you could get something cheaper that's as good quality, but you're paying for marketing, you're paying for brand, and that's just the reality of it. Sometimes a higher price gives people the impression that it's higher quality, and that's not always true. The analogy that I like to think about, I don't know why there's 700 people here listening, but thanks for being here. The analogy that I like to think about when it comes to price, meaning like an item is valuable, is that you can do this. Like, just try this as an experiment, and it obviously depends on what part of town you live in, but put something out on the side of the road and put a sign on it that says free. And then put something out on the side of the road, put, I don't know, something similar of equal value, and then put a sign on it that says $20. And I guarantee you the thing that says $20 will be stolen before the thing that says free will be. Because you've implied that it has value and you want money for it. HR lady left Josh. I don't know. I think she went to go feed the dogs. The price itself is sometimes considered value. Yeah, just look at Apple. Are you refinancing and buying a new home at the same time? I'm refinancing, and an HR lady is going to use first-time home buyer, and then we'll split that. But we have separate things financially. So if we don't want to date anymore, then we just go our own ways, and we're not tied. I'll put my wife outside. Oof. Is this really live? Yeah, it's live. It's pretty crazy. Never thought when I made this channel that this many people would show up. Sorry I'm late. Why are you in a basement? Start over. Start life over. Do you think university is worth it if you can get scholarships to the point of making money from it? Like, you get so much money from scholarships that you pay off school and have money left over? I don't know. That sounds like a hustle. I don't know if college would... What's your degree, you know? And do you want to do it for 4 years? Do you want to spend 4 years? If we split up, lowers his voice. I mean, obviously, you want to do it the smart way. Josh is a paid actor, confirmed. Dave Ramsey doesn't suggest that. Dave Ramsey would just want you to get married and go to church and have 5 kids and eat rice and beans and then give your kids a full college fund. Like, I'm not on the same wavelength as Dave. If I want to split a house with HR lady, then yeah, then there's ways to do that. That way you're not like I'm not co-signing or anything like that, you know? Mechanical engineering? I don't know. Mechanical engineering is pretty boring, but I mean, why don't you just find a hustle and make the money? Like, would you make more money getting scholarships than you would if you were to just like work? Why? John, you didn't have to do that, man. Thanks, dude. Holy smokes. How do you restart life this way? You move out. How's the overhead press looking? I did that today, actually. It was pretty good. Put 35s on the bar. I did some 5x5. Not on the same Dave link as Wave. Yeah, exactly, Raymond. I'm glad that you got it. How to change from mechanical engineering degree to software developer? You just have to. Step 1, learn how to code. Step 2, make projects. Step 3, apply. What happened to your dad? We don't know. John, you don't have to do that, man. I appreciate that. Dave Ramsey has the right mindset for the 1970s. Dave has some good advice for a majority of Americans who are financially irresponsible. Yeah. I wish Dave himself, not his team, would help or be more focused on telling people, like, hey, look, don't spend more than you make, but also try to learn more skills so that you can make more if your job falls through. That's all I wish he did. Josh, are gyms open in Utah? They sure are. Are you selling it? No, we're just renting it. Step 4 is get rejected probably, and then step 5 is reapply. What other books would you recommend? Kevin, probably read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. That's a good book. Similar concepts. And then maybe read Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. It's a pretty good book. You actually need a degree to become a dev? No. What's your 3 philosophy rules in life? Most of it's just stoicism. If it's in your control, do what you can about it. If it's not, then there's nothing you can do. Don't worry about it and move on. That's pretty much how I live. Who will you vote for? Any responsible adult 2020. Did you start YouTube while working full-time? Yeah. I was working full-time and had a side job. And that's when I started really focusing so that I could quit my full-time job. Ever thought about doing podcasts and long interviews? No. Maybe, but I don't know who would want to come in. Like, I'm in a basement, obviously. Hey, man, would you like to come over to this anonymous Airbnb and come into my basement and do a podcast with me? Or we could do, like, Discord, I guess. But do you invest in stocks? No. I should invest in, like, dividend stocks. What will happen if you split with HR lady after you buy the house in her name?
Not gonna happen.
What?
Who cares?
Realistically speaking, my name would be on the deed, but not on the financial side. So it would be her.
Who cares, you guys?
I mean, realistically, there are ways to do things.
That's not gonna happen.
Have you ever heard of Naval? Yeah, I linked him in a video once. Is that your wife? That's HR lady. Interview grads from Lambda School for podcasts. I could see how that would look as people. It's a good idea. I would happily interview grads from Lambda School, sure. But what that would look like would be Josh is being paid and sponsored by Lambda School to only showcase Lambda graduates. What do you think about a person marrying someone older, like 9 years older? I married a girl that was older than me. I make $37K right out of college. I want $60K. What can you do with biotechnology? That's the main question. How often do you game? I don't know. We got Switches. I found a bunch of Switches at Walmart. And I bought them. I found 7 Nintendo Switches at Walmart, and I bought all of them. So if you want a Nintendo Switch, hit me up, $350. Otherwise, have fun waiting until December. So we'll play some video games at night. We'll play Mario Kart or whatever. What server do you play WoW on? It's Arthas. How much older was she? She was like 6 years older than me. How do I restart my life by moving out? What was the problem with your old place? The location? Well, every time I walked outside, didn't like the environment, you know? I want to live in the city. It's loud, a lot of vagrants, a lot of my car has been went through many times. What? It happened.
Renting it out.
It just happens. That's the reality of living in any city. I'll give you $20. Why do you need 7 switches?
Stop.
The hustle, bro.
Stop.
The mechanical engineering degree do any good? It got me my first job and it got me out of Finland. So in that regard, getting the degree significantly helped me. But going forward, not really. It just made people think that I need a visa to work in the U.S. What do you think about the tech lead? What do you think about the tech lead? Why did you move? Just to get out of the city, man. Are the bike rides better now? I haven't. I needed to get a different bike. I need to trade in the Triumph and get like an off-road bike. Did you not enjoy Finland? Finland is cool. I started taking finasteride and it helped a ton with my hair loss. Joshua in the chat. Also, have you looked at minoxidil? I think it's minoxidil. It's basically Rogaine. The scientific formula for Rogaine is minoxidil, and so you take finasteride and minoxidil to get your hair back if you're balding. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah, I agree.
What? What? Shane, what up, man? I remember you. Keeps. Yeah. Keeps and Roman. I have Roman. Roman. I don't know how you want to say it. Roman, basically. Any side effects from finasteride? No. How's the 1 million coming up? Definitely not. Definitely. I'm in a basement. I don't think I'd be in a basement if I was making millions. Microneedling for balding? I don't know. Minoxidil dilates blood vessels to encourage hair growth, but doesn't address the fundamental problem. Yeah, it just accelerates the rate at which finasteride can help regrow your hair. But if you stop taking minoxidil and you're taking finasteride, then you still keep your hair. Minoxidil just helps the hair come up through the follicles. But if you just take minoxidil and not finasteride and then stop taking Rogaine, which is what that is, then your hair will fall back out, which is kind of silly, right? I know chat didn't ask about balding men, but there you go. Are you rocking a USB? I have just a USB mic I got from Best Buy. The millionaire basement. Are you still a heathen? Confirmed. Is it your mother's basement? What? Yo, it's 1 a.m. and I'm watching you. Well, I appreciate that. How many milligrams of finasteride do you take? So there's 2 dosages of finasteride for all the men in the chat, if you'd like to know, but you probably didn't want to know. But if you don't want to go bald, let me give that information. There's 2 dosages. You can take 1 milligram of finasteride every day, which is what I take. It's a tiny little red pill. And then you can take 5 milligrams, and 5 milligrams for men is for prostate enlargement problems. So they usually don't give you that one for hair loss. How to become a pilot as a thousandaire. That's probably more accurate. I thought you owned your prior house. I did. It's renting. Well, it's going to be rented. Thoughts on Clement? He's hustling, dude. No side effects so far. How do I get my doctor to prescribe me TRT? I don't know. You could go online. Probably If your doctor is not specialized in that, I don't know if I'd ask that doctor. Maybe go find one that's specialized in it. That's what I did. So you took the red, I mean, I suppose literally. My boy doing some house hacking? Yeah, Rami, exactly. That's exactly it. For like 4 months. Finasteride decreases libido. Hey, speak for yourself, fam. How long have you been taking finasteride? About a year. What's the primary source of income? It's YouTube, man. Talking about corporate stuff. How much ethical is ethical hacking? That's a good question. Just imagine the scenario of you finding a bunch of bugs on someone's site, security bugs, and then you send the person that owns that site an email that says, hey, I found all of these exploits on your website. I'm not going to do anything. I just wanted to let you know and help you. Oh, by the way, if you'd like me to fix them, my charge is X amount of dollars. Like it kind of sounds like blackmail to freelance ethical hacking. Like how does that not sound like blackmail? I found all these exploits. I promise I'm not going to do anything, but if you want me to fix them, it'll be money. I have some savings. Think about buying a rental property and continuing to rent. Thoughts? To buy a rental property, if you're not going to live in it, you need 15% down. So I hope you have enough savings. HR's gone. You are a software engineer. Why you not join any good firm? I don't want to. I'm good. How is that blackmail? You're supposed to do things for free. It just, imagine being like people emailed me. They said, Josh, I found a bunch of bugs on your website. I found a bunch of authentication errors on your old WordPress site. And, I found all this and this and this. And I happen to be an ethical hacker. If you'd like me to fix those bugs, this is my rate. And I was like, okay, well, what if I don't pay you to fix the bugs? What happens? Well, I promise I won't do anything. I don't know. Kind of hard to open that conversation. Did you try to be part of Toptal? I did once, but they had like a 7-stage interview process. Legally, there may not be a safe way to ask for money for vulnerabilities. Yeah. I mean, it's not. Blackmail is the opposite. Blackmail is, if you don't do this, I will do this. But you could see from someone's perspective that might look a little bit sketch. Even if you have the purest intentions as an ethical hacker, it might seem a little bit sketchy to the person you're emailing. What is it mechanical engineering that you don't like? I don't like the work culture. Are you legally blind? What? Have you ever considered doing a year or two at Fang for the experience? I've been working as a contractor for Google now for over 3 years. So I'm good. But no, I don't want to work in an office. I have no desire to live in California, and I'm not super passionate about coding for 40 hours. I like making content, editing videos and stuff. More videos on places that are good to apply to. Would you have stayed in mechanical engineering if the work culture was better? Probably not, because I don't make a good employee. I usually counter what management says to me. If I think management doesn't have a good idea, I tell them. But I don't say it in a mean way. I just say, have you considered this instead? And management says, Josh, we don't pay you to consider that. We pay you to do the job. And I say, well, if I do that job your way, it will end up like this. Have you considered doing it an alternative way? I'm trying to think ahead. And they're like, Josh, we just pay you to do your job. And, I'm a very disagreeable employee. I'm not rude or anything. I'm just very trying to think 5 steps ahead, and management just wants you to get the job done. So I don't end up meshing very well in a place that has multiple tiers of management or no autonomy. Do you see yourself doing YouTube for the next 20 to 30 years, or will you eventually go back to being dev? I will not go back to doing dev. There's so many other things I can do. But hopefully I can grow the real estate meme, right? That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do if you're on YouTube, right? You do real estate. We don't pay you to think. Yeah, true. What's the worst experience you had in your corporate job? I mean, aside from I don't know. It's probably when I was in the interview and it was Tuesday at 10 a.m. and I was in the interview with the founder of the company, and he poured Jack Daniels into his coffee and was like, it's been a long week. And I'm like, it's Tuesday at 10 a.m., bro. That was... Josh, did you ever think about doing your job? Gosh, yeah. Ashley, the dogs are sleeping next to me. Josh, you need to toss the chair. I have new chairs. I just have to put them together. When are you getting another Jeep? I don't know. Jeeps are just gas monsters, dude. Just gas guzzlers. Would you consider contract dev work over corporate dev work? Yeah, probably contract dev work, because then at least I control my finances and I control what I can expense and I control when I work and how I work and where I work. And I get paid for whatever I want to charge as a contractor instead of being told what I'm worth by the company as a salary. So probably contract. His alcoholism is none of your business. Look, you're right. I mean, mid-interview, bro. How come you don't have a 2-person company? Because I have an S corporation, and that's basically the same thing. Do you get tired of creating YouTube content? I get tired of creating corporate cringe content sometimes, but then sometimes I don't. Greetings from Brazil. What up, dude? Next skit coming? That's a good question. I have some ideas written. I have to flesh them out. Start your own firm and apply your own work culture. I don't want to manage employees, dude. Here's the thing about my personality. I don't want to lead, and I don't want to be led. You know? I will lead if I feel there is incompetent leadership, but otherwise, I don't want to lead and I don't want to be led. I just want to go do my own thing. So I don't want to be the boss of a bunch of employees. I have no desire to have that sort of power and tell them what to do and boss them around all day. I don't care about any of that. But also, I don't want anyone to do that to me. So you're in this weird gray area. I don't want to be told what to do, and I don't want to tell other people what to do. I just want to maintain my freedom and autonomy and go do my own thing. I feel like not a lot of people, maybe people can relate to that. You know? I have no desire to start this huge company and manage it. And I don't want to be managed. Thoughts on the fall of Mixer? Ninja and Shroud probably both made a lot of money and got off scot-free. You sound like a hipster employee? Nah, I'm just not an employee. You're just looking for flat management? Nah. Are you INTJ? Nah, INTP. Like, generally, I just want... But customers tell you what to do? No, they don't. No, they don't. I produce products. The customers buy it. They don't tell me what to produce. I don't have clients that tell me what to make for them or how to make it for them. I produce whatever I want. The customers buy it or they don't. True or false? Everyone lies in their resume. True for sure. What's the dream? The negative content is strong. There's no negative content. We're just very realistic on the channel. A lot of people confuse the realism for negativity or pessimism, and we're just real. We just cut through the BS. Not a lot of people do that. People think I'm a buzzkill. I try not to be. I laugh, have fun, joke around. Do you think it's possible to have autonomy in a group? I'm trying to think what that would look like. I mean, then it wouldn't be a group. Or everyone just does their own thing and they check in. Mike, later, dude. Hey, thanks, CC. Appreciate that, man. Are you in a new area? Yeah. Still paragliding? Yeah, usually, so like the mountains around here, I can just go walk on the hill. Dude, I want to get a red camera so bad. I want to get a red Komodo or something so that I could show you guys the beauty of where I live. And it destroys me that red cameras are like 70 grand. But YouTube money, Josh. What do you do all day? A lot. What are your thoughts on worker co-ops? If that's what you enjoy, go do it. I think it's a good way. I think a workers co-op is a potentially a better alternative than a large corporate structure. Everyone owns the product rather than just one person owning it and then trickling down the economics to the employees. Bloat resume with skills or match the job posting. No, dude, you got to finesse in the middle of that. You still with that HR chick? Nah, dude, we broke up.
You're kidding me.
As she walks back in. Blackmagic is also as good and not as expensive as the red. Nah, I mean, Blackmagic is fantastic, and I have one. I have one over there. I have a Blackmagic 6K, but it's not about the Ks. It's not, if for the people that aren't into cameras, let me explain. It's not about the 4K or the 6K or the 8K or the 12K resolution. It's not about resolution. It's about dynamic range. I will take a camera that has better dynamic range than a camera that has 6K or 12K. Because to me, being able to get the brightest brights and the darkest darks is more important because you can literally see more. And that's why I want a red, because a red has like 16 stops of dynamic range, and this camera has like barely 11. So like here's an example chat of what I mean. With my eyes I can see outside this window, but the camera won't be able to. So if I lift this up, you see how it's just white and bright? It's just blown out like that. But when I look with my own eyes, I can see outside, I can see the wall, right? And dynamic range would mean that you would be able to see exactly what I see with my eyes. Thank you for coming to my camera TED Talk. Hi. Do you think web dev will be out of jobs in the future due to Squarespace and WordPress? No. No. Like, drag and drop Facebook together with Squarespace and come talk to me. I don't think the average person can understand relational databases or even wants to understand relational databases and keys and values and all that stuff. that is needed in order to make a functional backend. Like you could have all that stuff in place, but people wouldn't know how to wire it together, even if they could drag and drop it together. What's the dynamic range of the human eye? I think it's like 24 plus stops. I think the best red has like 18 plus stops, so it gets pretty close. Make a t-shirt. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That mic is really good. Hey, thanks for noticing. Should I post my 3D art to arts? Yes. What's up with the basement? I just moved out of the city to restart life. Have you considered being a videographer for scenery and weddings? Yeah, I think it'd be cool to do videography in addition to digital branding with a focus on video content. That would be a cool business to open and help. That's the dream anyways. I'm working towards it. Do you have to report income from a rented house? Yes. Rental income will be counted as income, like money, like personal money. And I probably need to open another LLC specifically for real estate and have that LLC own that house and transfer it somehow. I have to look into that. I'll let you guys know how that goes, because I'm not a millionaire or anything. I'm doing real estate the same as you guys would, right? Have you delved into debate, bro? Twitch? What? Have you thought about making a camera channel like Peter McKinnon? Dude, every camera channel is Peter McKinnon. Every camera channel is warm lights in the back like I have right now and B-roll. Every camera channel just makes B-roll. Commercial pilot? I don't want to be a commercial pilot. To me, commercial pilot takes a little bit of that freedom away. You know, you gotta. It's just back into corporate, except now you fly airplanes. Do you and HR live together? Dude, HR lady hasn't gone home in so long. I don't know. Does that count?
Are you serious? Obviously, you guys. Jeez.
How far are you? A little bit over an hour. Hi from Bosnia. What up, dude? Okay. It's like 2 hours. Do you dig Trent Palmer? Yeah, Trent Palmer's great. Jonas, I don't know him. I know all the aviation people I watch are like Trent Palmer, Fly Corey, Matt Guthmiller, Tucker Gott. Okay. I think that's it for the live stream. Thanks for being here, chat. I'm going to go outside and do stuff before it gets dark. Tomorrow I'll make a video maybe and give you a little bit of a update or something. Or maybe I'll just make a corporate cringe about robots. That would be fun. Okay. Thanks for being here, chat. I'm gonna go. Charlie, would you like to come say bye with everybody? No, like come over here.
Bye.
Like come over, like and join.
See ya.
We'll be back. Do we have food?
Yeah.
What should we eat?
Dinner time for the dogs too.
Yeah, dude, they're hungry. What should we eat, chat? We don't have any food. Like, we gotta cook probably.
Yeah.
We'll probably just have, I don't know. Just
So
regular people like you. Same thing. Like, what do we eat for dinner? I don't know.
At least we eat the same stuff.
Try not to eat garbage. Thanks for being here. I guess that's it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. Oh, like the stream before you head out, and shout out to all the people on the TV screen, on the second monitor, the phone, on their commute. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Oh, Chipotle. How far is Chipotle from here?
Far.
Oh shit.
We could have mod.
Mod? No, we had pizza like last week, dude. That's so many carbs.
That's true.
Pizza. Dude, I want pizza. Macaroni and cheese. Everybody's just carbs. Just straight eat just carbs all day. Taco Bell. We got, how far is that?
That's
I don't know.
more carbs.
I'm still figuring. Yeah, but it's Taco Bell, so those carbs are okay. Taco Bell carbs are okay carbs. Okay, yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back. Thanks for being here, guys. I'll see you tomorrow on a video. Bye. Paul says, Josh always says bye but never leaves. Look, Paul, that's not true, okay? That's not true at all. That doesn't, just because the end screen is here and there's music playing doesn't, look, I said bye, okay? And that meant bye. I don't sit here and look at chat while the end screen's up. That's not what I do. I actually leave when I... See you guys later. Thanks for being here, guys.